Today's look I am bringing you is going to be this holiday look with this hair tutorial as well. This could be holiday slash New Year's Eve look. So if you'd like to see how I get this done, then just keep watching. So I'm going to start off, I've already done my face, and I'm going to put a lot of powder underneath the eye because we are going with black shadow and that could be messy. I've already primed my eyes and I'm just adding some translucent powder to set that. And this is a really easy look. It just requires a lot of patience and a lot of blending. I'm taking the Sephora editorial palette, the Pro palette, and I am taking like the white shade, and I'm just using this just to highlight the brow bone. It's not going to be this intense. I just put a thick layer so as I'm blending out, it slowly comes off. I went in with this eyeliner pencil from MAC. I thought it was going to be creamy, but as you can see, I was kind of having a really hard time with it. It was patchy. It was really hard to work with. I was trying my best to make it work, and then what I do is I try my best, and then I take a really dense domed shadow brush and I'm working it in, trying to buff out the edges, and then I just realized like it was too much, so I went in with this one. It's from Ardency in Monster eyeliner. It's also in black, and it is so much creamier eyeliner that I was able to work with. I don't usually use that one in my waterline because it is too creamy. It doesn't stay in my waterline. So now I'm just taking that dome brush again and just blending it out, and it definitely worked much better. So I'm buffing it out and I'm keeping it very centralized. I don't want this to get too out of control because we are working with black. And I also recommend that you can skip this step. I just wanted to intensify and have the blackest black because I do use black shadow. So this is only a step so that it could be the darkest it could be. I'm going back and kind of mapping out where I want more darkness and kind of starting to work on the shape that I'm going for. So I'm adding a little bit more on the outer corner, making sure that the lash line is also covered, and then again going in with that dome brush and blending that out. Once I am happy with how it looks and it's blended out, I'm going to go in with one of the blackest shadows that I have in my collection, and this one is from Makeup Geek Corrupt, and I'm taking this short shader brush from BH, and I'm setting that eyeliner with the shadow, but I'm also working on the shape, and again making sure that I centralize the shape and just keep it where I added the cream. So I'm really adding it right to the edge of that eyeliner, and again just setting all of that with the black shadow. Once that is completed, then I am going to take this little fluffy pointer brush, also from BH, and I'm going over again with that same shadow, going over the entire lid. And then now I am really carefully working in very small circular motions on the edges. This is how I'm going to get that blown out blended look without getting a little too out of control. So I am adding the color all over the lid, and then I start working right at the edge without taking it too far, and just really buffing it and using really small circular motions. I also do wiping motions, but right at the edges without going over that initial line that we have created. This is a tedious process because this is how we're going to get that smooth edge. And once I'm happy with how it looks, I'm going to take this other Makeup Geek shadow. It's called Chickadee, And I just wanted to add this one. I felt like it was a really good kind of like transition color. And then I'm adding it right above the line, the black line. Then with a bigger, fluffier brush, I'm blending out the edges. Not, I'm going right above it. I don't want to bring the black shadow and mix it in, because then it will look a little messy. So I'm just concentrating that color and intensifying it until I'm happy with it. Then I'm taking another shadow from Makeup Geek. This one is Cocoa Bear, and it is like a warm brown shade. And this one, I'm using it with that same small detail fluffy brush. I'm using this one to blend out the edge from the black. So this is going to be the color that's going to marry like the chickadee like mustardy color and the black together. So it's going to make it fade. I decided that I wanted a deeper color, so I'm taking the Makeup Geek Mocha shadow, mixing Cocoa Bear and Mocha together, and that's what I'm applying into the crease. So these are going to be the colors that are going to go in between the black and chickadee, and it's going to give it a more of an ombre look. So it's going to transition from the darkest all the way to the lightest, which is that mustardy color. And again, you do have to do a lot of blending, making sure that everything is blended out and you keep it right in that edge. You don't want to take it too far up and erase the transition color. Now I'm taking this angle dense brush, and all I'm doing is just kind of like cleaning up the edges and then also cleaning up the brow bone. And now I'm taking that that fluffy blending brush and then adding a little bit more of chickadee, just so that it doesn't disappear and that I can bring it back. I definitely want it to show up as the color that it is. And once I'm happy with that, then I'm going to, since I've done a lot of blending, I'm going to go back and intensify the black, especially starting out at the lash line. That's where I want it to be the deepest, and then it's going to go and start fading out into the lightest shade. That's the objective, and that's the goal that I was trying to create. If you're definitely scared of black shadow because you think you're gonna look like raccoon eyes, I would definitely recommend you doing the same steps, but doing it with maybe like a brown color, so it's not as intense, and then definitely work the courage up to do it with black. This is like one of my favorite looks that I used to do when I was a little bit younger. I used to love, and I would just use black shadow, like black smoky on my eye, and that was that. Now I'm just dusting up the that powder underneath, and I'm going to start working on the lower lash line. I'm taking the same eyeliner again. I'm going to set it with the shadow, so I'm carefully applying it to the waterline and right at the lash line. And then I'm going to take Corrupt and set the entire lash line and start buffing in the black all over the bottom lash line. I'm definitely doing the same steps that I did above. I'm starting off with the darkest color in the lash line, and then I want the transition color, or the lightest color, to be that chickadee shade. So I'm applying it right below the black shadow, and then I'm going to come in with another fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply the both browns to blend out the black into chickadee and give it that same effect, the ombre look. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep adding where I feel it's not deep enough and going back and applying that color. I definitely want the black to be the blackest, and also on my waterline, and then, you know, blend out the edges. I'm going to keep doing this process until I'm happy with the intensity. Now I'm taking the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I'm applying a coat of mascara because I am going to go in with false lashes, and the false lashes that I'm going to be using is from PUR. I think it's their Pro line lashes, and it's in the style Bombshell. I'm applying the inner highlight. I'm not sure which highlight I'm using. I'm gonna have to check again, but I will put what I used in the inner corner, and I'll put it down in the description box. So I'm gonna go back and finish up my eyebrows and the other eye, and then now I decided that I wanted to show you how I'm going to be styling my hair. I'm taking this 5-in-1 set that I got from Numi. It has 5 different wands that you can interchange, and I'm using the rod. I believe it might be like the 1/2 inch. I didn't want them too tight or too loose. And then I'm going to start to curl my hair, and I just grab, I'm actually not using any styling product. You can definitely do so if you'd like. I never put any styling products into my hair, just preference. I like how soft and manageable my hair feels, but again, it's all preference. If you'd like to add any product, you do so before that. So I'm taking, and I think this is the 1/4 wand. It's not as big as the 1/2 inch. So what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing like little sections, and I am curling them away from my hair. I don't even know why my camera is shaking so much. But yeah, I'm gonna do this on both sections. So each side that I take, I'm curling it away from my face. And then I'm just gonna slowly keep sectioning my hair to grab another portion of it. And I'm just going to speed this up because it's pretty much the same process all over my hair. I grab a few little strands from each side, and each side I curl it the same direction away from my face. And I'm just leaving it for a few seconds, and I do try to at the bottom, because the strands are shorter, I do kind of leave the ends out, but as you will see, I start tucking in the ends. I kind of like to curl the ends. I don't like them to be kind of like haywire, going all over the place. Once I get to the top portion of my hair, I'm kind of like gonna brush it through, make sure there are no knots in my hair. And then I'm also gonna let it just drop naturally. Sometimes I do split it, but for the most part, I just like for it to drop wherever my natural part is. And then that's how I'm going to curl it in that direction. So I'm going to do the same thing that I was doing below. I'm going to grab it, and in this case I'm starting it from the back, working my way forward, and I'm just going to curl it away from my face. And there was a tip I wanted to show you, and as you can see, the way that I am pulling my hair straight up, that's going to give me more volume on top. So that's a tip. If you definitely want to have more volume, you bring your hair almost like straight up. Since I'm doing a little bit more tighter curls, I definitely wanted to start from the root and bring my hair straight up to give it more volume, so just to balance it out. So that's pretty much it, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run my fingers through the hair and just slowly start to pull apart the curls. But yeah, I'm just running my fingers and just kind of making sure they're, you know, all kind of separated, not too uniform basically. And this is it. This is the completed look. I changed my top. I really hope this gives you some inspiration and you liked the look. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.